Hello, Libra. This is your Wheel of Fortune reading for March 2020. The Wheel of Fortune is a reading designed specifically to let you know where your opportunities lie for the coming month. Now, this can have to do with any avenue of life, with love, with business, with your home life, but this is hopefully here to let you know what some of the often unexpected opportunities you have to advance yourself, to grow, to become a better person, are going to be in the coming month. And so, the first thing I'm seeing for you, Libra, is that this is going to be a very powerful month for you. A lot of the things on the table are represented by some very powerful concepts. The universe is at work for you. There are a lot of higher forces at work. Now, you, in this particular context, are being very open and very receptive, but at the same time very wise, specifically when it has to do with your emotions. Okay, emotionally, you are going to find yourself in a place where you are in control of yourself emotionally, but not necessarily in a heavy-handed way. You are open, you are receptive, but at the same time you are wise about what to let in and how to feel and how to express yourself emotionally. Also, probably in touch with your intuition fairly well. And this is going to be good when dealing with these kind of higher level forces that are at work. Okay, so the first thing I'm seeing is you're going to have the opportunities for some happiness, some very happy circumstances. And I'm going to leave this to you to imagine because, again, this is a very general concept, but it is a very powerful one. There's something that's going to come along that's going to represent a great deal of happiness for you. This is the bright shining moment that you've been wanting to walk into. And I can tell you just based on the cards are telling you to go for it. You're going to find a good partnership for yourself in this. Okay, you are going to find yourself ready, especially again on an emotional level. You are going to find yourself ready to match that which is coming towards you when it comes to your happiness. You are, as a result, going to be put in a position of really gaining the masculine as well as the feminine, the yang as well as the yin balance to that emotional control that you have, to your inner self. I think some of us, and I'm a Libra as well, have been working on gaining our kind of emotional stability and really knowing ourselves from the inside out, getting everything in line. And that's really going to put you in a place where you are, again, in control of your emotions, very wise, but very capable as well. Okay? This may be a new job opportunity for you. This may be not just a job opportunity, but a career opportunity. This may be a romantic opportunity because there is a very strong partnership element involved with this. But just look for this great opportunity for your happiness and this going to a new place where you can see yourself shining and just living in an abundant life. See that as a good opportunity, as something real, okay? It's not an illusion, it's real, and you're going to grow on account of it. You're going to take that next step up. I also see the opportunity for you to engage in temperance is on the table here for you. Engage in some temperate behavior. Temperance has been on the table for most of the signs this month. I think it may be something in the air, maybe something about the season. But temperance is a card in the tarot that can be very enigmatic at times, can be a little bit confusing, unless you just think about what it means on the surface. Being temperate, not being volatile, okay? And you are emotionally and intuitively, you are in a very good position to be temperate, to not be volatile, okay? And to not take things to extremes. This can also relate to your physical health. I think this relates to your mental stability, first and foremost, your mental clarity, because that's what the cards are saying here. But this relates to all aspects of your life, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, evening things out, not going to extremes, but being in that mode without any kind of repression. Okay, this is a kind of temperance and a kind of evenness that promotes growth and keeps you going and keeps you going in a very positive way. This is perhaps the culmination of a very strong phase of personal growth for you. So don't reject that. If you find yourself thinking, well, I haven't gone on a bender for a while, I haven't partied hard for a while, or I haven't, I seem to be just not going to extremes and enjoying myself the way that I used to, or thinking about the things that make me sad. I've just been very even. Don't second guess that. Just enjoy it. I mean, just let it teach you what you need to learn. Again, don't reject it. And even in the physical realm, even if you have to physically temper yourself in terms of exercise, physical exercise, if you have some kind of exercise routine that you need to be doing or that you have been doing, and you need to apply yourself to that without going to extremes as well, don't worry about it. That's good. That's the way things should be. And you're probably going to feel that intuitively as well. Again, however this shakes out for you, this is the culmination of a very strong personal growth phase for you, program that you've been on for a while. And so don't second guess it. Also, justice is on the table here for you. I think, and this is intuitively what I'm seeing is that this is some kind of mostly external circumstance. I don't want to lead anyone to believe that somebody's going to ride in and save the day for you, but I think that often justice is the imposition of some external force that we look for in order to set things right. And this is more of an external force coming in and setting things right for you. Whether it's in terms of an actual legal situation in which a situation is rectified for you legally, or it's an economic imbalance that's being put to right for you. Whatever this is, some kind of external force is going to come in and make things right for you, set something right, and it's going to have to do with another person, definitely, most likely a male figure, somebody whom you can relate to, maybe not somebody that you know directly, maybe not somebody that you have, not somebody who's very close to you in your personal life, but somebody that you have some kind of contact with, maybe an authority figure who you feel that you can relate, you have things in common with, okay? Somebody that you have things in common with, you can kind of understand. This is going to involve a person of this nature, and oddly, this is going to lead to some anxiety for you. Why does it lead to anxiety? That I cannot say specifically, but I can give you some idea. I think that often we get accustomed to living with our problems. We get accustomed to living with our problems day to day, and our problems and the imbalances in our life become a comfort for us. The constant reason why we can't have this, or we can't go there, or we can't be what we want to be is there for us day in and day out, to the point that we begin to see it as an excuse, and then begin to see it as a matter of comfort that, oh, we have this problem, so we can't take on this next challenge. Okay, well, whatever it is that's set right for you, it's going to probably at least foreshadow that next challenge for you. And you're going to feel some anxiety about it. Definitely you're going to feel some anxiety, but it's important to remember, and when the Nine of Swords is represented by the Nine of Swords, when the Nine of Swords shows up on the table very often, I like to remind people this represents a situation in which the anxiety itself is the problem, not that which you are anxious about. So whatever this imbalance, the correction of an imbalance in your life, it leads to some anxiety, but that's just a surface impression. Okay, you're looking at the next challenge and you're feeling anxious about it, but then probably by next month, you're going to be well into addressing that next challenge, and the anxiety will pass. The Empress is also on the table here for you. I think this may represent my material prosperity for you, But I think that for those of you who are looking for a romantic partner, particularly a feminine romantic partner, or even a male romantic partner who has kind of more nurturing qualities about him, this is this may be that person showing up, because the Empress is clarified by the Ace of Cups and again the Ace of Cups. So this is definitely an emotional new start for you. There's going to be a very strong feminine figure, a very strong nurturing energy, whether it's a particular person or a more pervasive influence in your life, which is very strong and nurturing and providing of not just material but emotional and spiritual comfort in a way, but also growth. This is going to be an emotional new start for you. You're going to feel that emotional new start happening, and it's going to be absolutely genuine. So those of you who are looking for an emotional new start, looking to move on from the baggage or the repetitive baggage that you've been going through, this be on the lookout for this, because I don't see this as anything you can miss. I see this force just coming into your life and just wiping away the old, and again, a true, emphatic, emotional new start for you is in the offering this month. I also see that you have the ability this month to be someone, and this may be in the address of a particular problem, or this may be in the context of a particular relationship, but you can be a person who is very logical as well as very intuitive and emotional, but you can be in your head as well as in your heart. And sometimes you can be one or the other. And in this instance, I see you being more in your head, because this is what is appropriate to the situation. There's going to be a situation that comes up for you in which very strong, decisive mental clarity is demanded of you. And you are going to be providing that. You're going to be a provider of that. Again, either for a situation or very likely for another person with whom you are partnering in some sense. This may be a romantic partner. This may be a situation in which you are playing the mental part, whereas your partner is putting in the heart and the emotion, the enthusiasm. There's going to be a very strong, enthusiastic energy involved here as well. That enthusiasm is going to be balanced out by your mental clarity and your mental decisiveness, your ability to be logical, to be rational, not to be demanding or imposing or repressive of other people, not that, but to be mentally capable and mentally reliable in a very logical, rational way, so that that other person's enthusiasm can set you both free and set you both on a very enthusiastic journey. This may be a physical journey that you're going on, that you wind up going on, but it may also just be the two of you getting started and getting going in whatever sense you're going to get going, because you were able to essentially be in the driver's seat while this other person is doing the planning and being the cheerleader and just being the really enthusiastic, passionate one in your partnership. So I hope something, Libra, that I've said here can be of help to you this coming month. Please let me know in the comments below. Thank you for your comments, for your likes and your subscribes. There's also a link to our Patreon page in the description below. Once again, this is Art Kozak, and I look forward to speaking to you again in the future.